Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Don't Argue Podcast. It's been a while. I hope you guys are doing okay, and I just want to thank you guys for being here today. And just quickly before I give you guys my review of the game last night over here in South Australia. If you haven't done so, like, share, subscribe. I'm actually going to be here more frequently, especially to do with the Fremantle's post games, right? And give you guys my thoughts, and I'll add a few things here and there. But the point is, I'm coming back to this channel slowly. And again, sincere apologies, but at the same time, things happen. You just got to deal with it. But in saying that, we'll get straight into it. Yeah, so put that intro. Alright guys, here we go. So Port Adelaide winning 92 points to 53. That's 13-14 and Fremantle 8-5. Port winning by 39 points. I think some of the words that can be, words I'm thinking of is, what was that? On the odd occasion as well, I just think, I mean, look, granted, I get it's preseason. You know, I know we can use that tagline till the cows come home, but the reality is, I think there was a few of us who were expecting just a little bit more from Fremantle, and didn't quite get it, I thought. Now, the first quarter started off, I think, pretty well for us. Early it wasn't the case, but we sort of hung in there, and obviously, again, we battled a little bit, there, and then the second quarter came, and I think by the second quarter, things were sort of changing, and obviously went through Port's direction, but I just want to quickly mention just how, look, I said it's in prison, so it is what it is, but how lackluster it was seeing the likes of JT, right, Josh Tracy. Now, Stewart, for example. I thought some of our mids were really ineffective. Like, it's all good and well to get disposals, or maybe in some case none for some of our players. But I mean, generally speaking, I just feel like there was a real severe disconnect defensively. I'm sick of seeing it, all right? But some of that lackluster effort, particularly when it comes to defense, is still there. It's still there. That infamous sort of clip there where you see Charlie run into Clark and he sort of barges his way through like he's playing a game of rugby league. I just don't think there was any effort on Clark's part. But anyway, I digress there. He didn't play in the mids, obviously, but I just think for mine, there was just some players who I think collectively it wasn't great. To be fair with you, it wasn't great. And some of those players, for example, I can touch on Sturt, for example. Sturt. I thought Liam really, look, granted, I know he hasn't played much being the cover for Darcy, but, he definitely got out-tapped, right? Out-hit-outed, however you want to sort of say it, but again, it is what it is. It's part of the experience, so he'll learn, I'm sure. But Josh Tracy, Ethan Hughes, for example, I didn't think was as good. And the likes of Matthew Johnson as well. Now, we all know what he can produce or what we're wanting him to produce. Obviously, I think he's sort of like an understudy for Fife. But I'll get to Fife, don't you worry. But, it was a bit of a quiet game. And I think it was a quiet game for some of our marquee players. Now, I know I get it, right? No Luke Jackson, right? No Amos, no Frederick. I get it, okay. But still, I think it's I think it's still valid points, to point out the effort that was made, or lack of effort that was made, right? Another person as well that comes to mind, Matthew Tabiner. Now, Tabiner, he's an interesting one. You sort of come back from injury, fair enough, but then you get into preseason and you get your body ready and you don't really have anything to show for it, right? And again, I'm not necessarily pointing him out individually. I am, but I mean, like, it's preseason. I get it, but just I think it's important points to bring up. Okay, like for example, Sturt as well, where he had that breakaway and then he got tackled right done for holding the ball. Tabner, no effort, and I thought Josh Tracy was getting up marked. And another thing as well I noticed in the game is our forward penetration. It wasn't good enough. Like, Ratu Korea, right? He had us covered. Aliyah had us covered. It was like we were restricted, basically. But I mean, what do you sort of do? hats off, I guess, to some of our, backs, the likes of Pierce. If you guys don't know, I've always been a bit 50-50 with Pierce, particularly in the captaining department, but alas, he stood up, and you just got to, you got to credit him where it's due. Ryan, right, Clark, I thought in patches wasn't too bad. It's sort of good to see Draper there in, here and there. Luke Ryan, as touched on. Aish wasn't too bad. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was, yeah. Despite the obvious, I've stated 1,000 times, it was lackluster. It was actually lackluster. It sucked. It was deflating. I really was hoping that we'll get a little bit more. But in saying that, premierships aren't won in preseason, But I understand those who are feeling down about the team, and I understand those who are feeling like it's okay. Now, both emotions are valid, right? I think. However, in saying that, though, it's about the team rectifying what happened. And I think this is a bit of a wake-up call as the coach there used. Right, Cooper Simpson. Talking some of the positives. Cooper Simpson, fantastic. He, again, another goal for a youngster, number 29 there. He played well in patches. Again, what do you sort of do when the team around you isn't playing too great? I think he made the most of what he was given. Nat Fyfe, oh man, I don't want Nat Fyfe to be the best player in the midfield anymore. I think that's fair, yeah, because that's what I'm seeing. That's exactly what I'm seeing. And I thought he had a good game. It was a bit rough, but at the same time, how good is it to see Fyfe playing well? You can only hope that he continues this. Hayden Young, sensational. I touched on Pierce. Hayden Young, 2 goals, again, disposals, kicks aplenty. He is going to make that midfield his own, without a doubt. He was Freo's best player by none. I thought Caleb Strong here and there, Brayshaw here and there, but Walters, I got to give my hats off to him. But yeah, Voss and Oscar McDonald, probably 2 players I really liked actually. They're putting up their hands to play some footy, right? But yeah, my overall thoughts on the game, that's it really. There's not much to say. When I wanted to see how it would go against a tougher team, and the pressure. Well, we didn't actually live up to anything really. The pressure broke us. But in saying that, though, at the same time, it's just preseason, and I am, what's the word? I'm actually still pretty optimistic. But in saying that, though, check out my Instagram. I've got Instagram. That's our Don't IQ podcast. You'll find me there. I post little things here and there, but at the same time as well, I'll be giving you guys a season preview tomorrow, right? Giving you guys my thoughts on where we'll finish up, and I suppose just some pointers on some players that I think will make a difference this season. But in saying that, that's me there for now. Give me your thoughts. Take it easy. See you guys next time. Don't argue.